Dr. Steve Gallen III is the Vice Chair and elected District School Board member for Miami-Dade County Public Schools in Miami-Dade County, Florida. Dr. Gallen is a lifelong educator, served as a teacher, assistant principal, elementary and high school principal, district administrator, and superintendent of schools. He has been in the field of education for over 30 years. He graduated magna cum laude with a degree in English education from the Florida Agricultural Mechanical University in Tallahassee, Florida. Dr. Gallen earned a master's degree in educational leadership and a doctorate in educational administration and supervision, both from the Florida International University in Miami, Florida. He also participated in postdoctoral leadership institutes on school reform and management at Harvard and Stanford universities. On November the 8th, 2016, Dr. Gallen was decisively elected as the Miami-Dade County Public School District 1 School Board member, and in 2020, he was re-elected unopposed to another 4-year term. As board member, Dr. Gallen has successfully proffered over 70 board items. At this time, we'll have our board member present his welcome.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Before I get to my script, I want to say to the parents, to the grandparents, to the aunts, to the uncles, to the brothers, to the sisters, and to even the nosy neighbors. When we look at our children, this is the day that the Lord has made. Let each and every one of us rejoice and be glad in it. So I want to say again, good afternoon. Great afternoon. To the superintendent, region and district staff, Principal Williams, my colleague and fellow champion for children and graduate of Carroll City Senior High School, Councilwoman Katrina Wilson Davis, teachers and school staff, parents and family members, alumni, and more importantly, to the proud graduating class of 2022. I am deeply honored, humbled, and truly blessed to stand here in person as your school board vice chair and District 1 representative. Before I continue, I would like to thank God for the protection and provision and for keeping his promise during the past several years over our community, over our state, over our nation, over this world, and keeping his promise and protection over our children. My heart's prayers and thoughts remain with countless who have suffered tremendous personal, professional, family, and financial loss, and for those who even lost their lives during the past several turbulent years. My thoughts and prayers and call for action in a spirit of care, compassion, and concern are also for the Uvalde and Buffalo communities. A call to action to end the vitriol of hate, of division, and of devastation, and the senseless loss of life to gun violence across this nation. Yes, across this nation. Yes, across this nation, but also right here at home, in our communities, impacting our families and taking away our children. Today, however, we still stand proudly on God's promises. We stand on his purpose, and we're here this afternoon to celebrate the achievement of each and every one of you of the class of 2022. Today reflects one of the most special moments you will ever experience in your life. And I want to say parenthetically to the cheering supporters, we only got one shot to celebrate these young people and to hear their name called. We wait 13 years to hear their name called. They know you're here. They know you're here. Just clap one time, let them know you're here. I know that each of you is here with a sense of great anticipation and excitement for what you believe is the culmination of your anxiety, your hard work, your study, your focus, your frustration, your sacrifice, and your dedication over the past 13 years. And young people, you have taken countless sighs of relief in the fact that we all of us, have made it to see and enjoy this day, your day of celebration. I also know from my 7 years as a high school principal that many of you may view this occasion in the days, weeks, and months to follow. You may view this as the end of your life's journey to date, as some sort of destination to which you have now proudly arrived. Yet still, today does not mark the end, it marks the beginning. Commencement, by its mere definition, speaks to starting anew. As your school board member and my having served as a teacher, principal, administrator, and superintendent of schools for over 3 decades, I also serve witness to special occasions such as this. In doing so, I have served witness to countless young people who faced and overcame unimaginable adversities and personal challenges in their learning and their lives. But you, yes, you, the class of 2022, will go down in history as one of the most dedicated, formidable, and remarkable and resilient group of young people this world will ever know. But of great importance is that fact that you are a Carroll City chief. Let me tell you about what it is to be a chief. Chief means to be first in rank or in order. The word, listen class, the word comes from the Middle English word chef, borrowed from an Old English word chief. That word means leader, which comes from the vulgar Latin word meaning captain. It means chieftain. It means head, from the Latin word meaning caput, which means the one that is on top. So I want to start by reminding each of you what it is to be a chief of Carroll City, and to always be a chief, always be a captain, never be a leader, always be a follower, never be the worker, always seek to be the boss. You don't stop being a chief after today. You go out and continue to be a chief moving forward in this community, state, nation, and world. Remember and never forget who and whose you are. So today, as you start a new journey and go out into the world in pursuit of your dreams and life's work, know and find comfort in earned confidence. Earned confidence. Because nobody gave you anything. You're here today because you earned it. That your record and your receipts of dedication, formidability, resiliency, and yes, boss status as a chief have truly prepared you to lead and meet head on both the opportunities and obstacles you will face. See, you will face a new world with new challenges that may pale in comparison to anything that you've experienced, and depend upon each of you to help to lead efforts to mitigate, abate, and eliminate the pandemic of illiteracy. We're looking for you to end the pandemic of hate. We need for you to end the pandemic of poverty. We want you to help end the pandemic of violence, the pandemic of social injustice. We're depending on you to end the pandemic of systemic racism. Your education has not only prepared you to serve as community chiefs of change and healing, but it has also imbued you with a sense of duty, a sense of purpose, and a sense of obligation. Duty, purpose, and obligation with a calling higher than yourself. Although we value the lessons you have learned during the course of your 13 years of school, the lessons you have both learned and taught, yes, learned and taught over the past about what it is to be nimble, patient, tolerant, hopeful, capable, caring, compassionate, courageous, and persistent are invaluable lessons for each of us as you transition into the next phase of your life and continued learning. You thought that we were only teaching you, but over the past several years, you taught us. You taught this community, you taught this school district, you taught this state, and you taught this nation. You, class of 22, have the blueprint. Your deeper understanding of sense of unity and humanity have modeled what it takes for this nation, all of us, to get it right. Your parents, family, community, school system, and yes, Miami-Carroll City Senior High School have all prepared you. Class of 2022, you go forward, you go onward, you go upward, and don't you ever take a back seat and play second fiddle to anyone or anything. You are born of leadership. You are born of first rank. Chief, captain, head is in your DNA. These past several years have brought many dark days and sleepless nights. From the pandemic, to national politics, to inflation, to these crazy gas prices, to senseless mass shootings, we have served witness to some of the darkest and most divisive and destructive moments in modern day times. But despite it all, my personal and professional life has always proven that after darkness comes light. Class of 2022, thank you for being our light. You have been our light of learning. You have been our light of leadership. And you've been our light of love over the past several years and beyond. So you go out into the world and be a chief. You continue to be a leader. You continue to always be a captain of learning, of leadership, of love. Go out and lead to the light of darkness. Darkness of illiteracy, light to the darkness of poverty, be a captain and chief and a leader to the light of community violence. Lead the fight against and bring light to the darkness of social injustice and put a spotlight and help end the darkness of systemic racism. As I close and prepare to return to my seat, yes, you have your high school diploma, but always remember, and from this day forward, never forget that no matter what, you will always be a chief. You will always be a chief. I want to leave you with this final thought. Nelson Mandela said, there is no passion, there is no purpose, there is no progress, there is no promise, and there is no power in going small. You are a chief. Always go big, go large, go hard. Don't settle for anything less than for the life that you desire, the life that your parents, your teachers, your school, your community sacrificed for, and that your ancestors stood, they fought, they bled, and many died for, and that God has promised you. To the class of 2022, you mighty chiefs, thank you. We love you, congratulations, and may the wind always be at your back.